Today on Toastmasters Presents. India has given the world many wonders. As Stuti Garg demonstrates, that includes a centuries-old tradition of bewitching story.
It so happened that the promised child had invariably been a son. He, Chitra, was the first to have only a daughter, Chitrangada, to perpetuate the race. He had therefore always treated her as a son and had made her his heir.
The family pet can become such an integral part of our lives that we take them for granted. But as Ann Cameron lets us know, all that changes when it comes time to say goodbye.
Every so often I would feel this little paw land on my lap. It seemed like she was saying everything was going to be okay.
The mortgage crisis has put many Americans in a financial bind. What can a homeowner do? According to Paul Galasso, quite a bit.
If Sam and Susie want to keep their house, there are many programs available to help them renegotiate the loan. They should call their lender to find out what they can do to clear up this situation. Sometimes, though, the situation is so bad that the banks can't or won't help them.
Are you up for a little music? Lauren Hurt invites us to rock along with the Brian Marshall Band.
Where I felt like, man, if there's just some little bit of hope, and you go soul search all over the world, and you hope that there's this reuniting in a way. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. You just take solace in thinking, if you ever come my way, that's going to be pretty cool someday.
Along with love and support, our families provide us with some of our best stories. Doug Cullen's family story spans 2 continents and a history that goes back to a 19th century Supreme Court justice.
A short time after they married, Doug started teaching at North Pole School just across the street from Santa Claus House in the little town of North Pole, Alaska.
Stories. They enchant us, inform us, and can even help heal the wounds that life inevitably brings our way. Hello, I'm Bruce Bullock. Welcome to Toastmasters Presents. Let's sit back and treat ourselves to the pleasures of a well-told story. The art of storytelling reaches far back into the deepest shadows of human history. Long before YouTube, we humans found a way of entertaining each other and expressing our creative nature. In today's show, Stuti Garg looks to her Indian heritage for an evocative story expressed through beautifully crafted language. Here is Stuti Garg reciting from the play Chitra.
Hello, this is Stuti Garg, and today we'll present the play Chitra, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is the celebrated Indian poet, short story writer, song composer, playwright, essayist, and painter who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. In 1891, Tagore went to East Bengal, now in Bangladesh, to manage his family's estates. He lived there in a houseboat on the Ganges River. He stayed in close contact with the village folk and was impressed by their simple and humble lives. He wrote the notable play Chitra in 1892. This play is based on the following story from the Mahabharata, the great Indian epic. In the course of his wanderings, in fulfillment of a vow of penance, Arjuna came to Manipur. There he saw Chitrangada, the beautiful daughter of Chitra, the king of the country. Smitten with her charms, he asked the king for the hand of his daughter in marriage. Chitra asked him who he was, and learning that he was Arjuna, the Pandava, told him that Prabhanjana, one of his ancestors in the kingly line of Manipur, had long been childless. In order to obtain an heir, he performed severe penances. Pleased with these austerities, the god Shiva gave him this boon, that he and his successors should each have one child. It so happened that the promised child had invariably been a son. He, Chitra, was the first to have only a daughter, Chitrangada, to perpetuate the race. He had therefore always treated her as a son and had made her his heir. Continuing, the king said, "The only son that will be born to her must be the perpetuator of my race. That son will be the price that I shall demand for this marriage. You can take her, if you like, on this condition." Arjuna promised and took Chitrangada to wife and lived in her father's capital for 3 years. When a son was born to them, he embraced her with affection and, taking leave of her and her father, set out again on his travels. "Who will protect us now?" "Why, and by what danger are you threatened, O villagers?" "The robbers are pouring from the northern hills like a mountain flood to devastate our village." "Have you in this kingdom no warden?" Princess Chitra was the terror of all evildoers. While she was in this happy land, we feared natural deaths, but had no other fears. Now she has gone on a pilgrimage, and none knows where to find her. "Is the warden of this country a woman?" "Yes, she is our father and mother in one." "Why are you sitting all alone?" "I am trying to imagine what kind of woman Princess Chitra may be. I hear so many stories of her from all sorts of men." "Ah, but she is not beautiful. She has no such lovely eyes as mine, dark as death. She can pierce any target she wants, but not our hero's heart. They say that in valor she is a man, and a woman in tenderness." That indeed is her greatest misfortune. When a woman is merely a woman, when she winds herself round and round men's hearts with her smiles and sobs and services and caressing endearments, then she is happy. Of what use to her are learning and great achievements? Could you have seen her only yesterday in the court of the Lord Shiva's temple by the forest path, you would have passed by without deigning to look at her. But have you grown so weary of woman's beauty that you seek in her for a man's strength? With green leaves wet from the spray of the foaming waterfall, I have made our noonday bed in a cavern dark as night. There, the cool of the soft green mosses, thick on the black and dripping stone, kisses your eyes to sleep. Let me guide you there. Not today, beloved. Why not today? I have heard that a horde of robbers has neared the plains. Needs must I go and prepare my weapons to protect the frightened villagers. You need have no fear for them. Before she started on her pilgrimage, Princess Chitra had set strong guards at all the frontier passes. Yet permit me for a short while to set about a warrior's work. With new glory will I ennoble this idle arm and make of it a pillow more worthy of your head.